Okay. Come on in, please. The chair of the board of Erin Energy, and this man is the former president of Shell Oil, John Hofmeister. That wasn't much of a drawdown. What do you say?
Oh, I think on a week-to-week basis, you never know. Sometimes it's up a little, sometimes it's down a little. I think you have to look at it over a period of months, Stuart, to really get a sense
but look, you're
of what
the guy,
direction.
You're the guy. I've been arguing with you since the beginning of the year, and I think you're the guy who's got it right, because you're the guy who said the price of oil is going to keep on going up, maybe $60, $70 a barrel by the end of the year. Well, we're very close to $50 now. Take your victory lap, John, because I think you're right. Do you still say we're going to 60 or 70 by the end of the year?
Well, I think our wager is on the number of 80, which is still pretty bullish. But it's my guesstimate, Stuart, that sometime in the fall, it could be in October, November, the Russians and the Saudis have got to get a grip on reality that they cannot face 2017 with the same collapse in their budgets that they have had for the last 2 to 3 years. That they're going to have to do something, and the best thing for them to do, because they're so oil dependent, is to let the price of oil rise further by perhaps withholding 500,000 barrels each of production on a daily basis.
But hold on a second,
That would
John.
send oil up.
Hold on a second. In America, we've got the rig count. In other words, how much oil we're producing domestically. Our rig count is dropped very, very sharply. I think it's been cut in half. But now it's beginning to creep back up again. In other words, American producers are getting back into it. If the Russians got together with the Saudis and cut their production, wouldn't our guys in America just raise ours?
Well, right now, U.S. production is in decline. We know that. In order to even stabilize production in the U.S., we would have to double today's rig count. We're down to about 370 rigs that are drilling for oil. That's down from about 1,400 rigs. It's more than cut in half. It's cut by about 70%. And so when you're looking at that much decline in production, and remember, a lot of the companies, they're filing bankruptcy right now. They're not going to be around to resume drilling. So any recovery in the U.S. is going to be slow. It's going to take time. And most of these shale wells, which they'll be drilling, are not big producers. So you need a lot of wells if you're going to somehow restore any growth in U.S. production, which is clearly more than a year away.
All right.
So I think we're going to see a pretty dramatic rise in the oil price relative to today when the Saudis and the Russians decide that they're going to fund their government budgets.
Okay.
Right now, they're not funding their budgets. They're running on debt and bond issuance.
The bet is still on. $200 of my money says we do not hit $80 a barrel by the end of the year. $200 of your money says we will hit $80 by the end of the year. The bet stands. All right, Hofmeister, we're on.
Right.
See you later, John. Thanks very much. Check the big board. No movement, really. Still up 60-odd points. The oil numbers made no difference to the stock market at all.